Hello everyone, my name is Prashant and thank you for watching my channel, which is Nick Tech Talkies. And today we're going to discuss about the ESXi servers and the storage. So I'm going to show you how we can add the disk and we can make a LUN, and then we will represent those LUN to the ESXi servers. So here you can see my lab. I made my lab on VMware Workstation Pro. And here I think you can see my servers, which is NIC ESX1. I'm using ESXi 7.0, which I made. And then I have two ESXi here, which is NIC ESX1 and NIC ESX2. For the SAN, I'm using this FreeNAS software. So I'm gonna use this server, and I'll create a disk, and then I will represent those disks to ESXi server through ESXi protocol. So let's start. And so I'm gonna go here in the FreeNAS. So if you see here, my IP is 192.168.153 and .132. So I went here, and if you see, okay. So this is my FreeNAS. I just went to the portal, and then I just typed the IP address of this. You can see in my browser, it's 192.168.153.132. And when I logged in, it asked me to put the username and password. So I put it the same username and password which I gave at the time when I was configuring it. So yes, I am in now, and now I'm just moving it a little part. So so first of all, I can see that we do not have any disk here. So I'm gonna go here again, and then I'm gonna see how many disks it has. So I'll go to the settings here, and then I can see there's only one disk which is attached to it. So I'm gonna add one more disk here, and I will add one disk. Disk next. I'll give it SATA. Or I'll give it ESXi. So I'll go next, and then next, and the size I'm gonna give it, let's say I'm gonna give it 50 gig. So this is 20 GB. Okay, so yeah, so I use this option, split virtual disk into multiple files, and I'm gonna go next. So I'll finish it. So yep, here we go. So here I have attached the disk of 50 gig, and now I'm gonna click on OK. So once I click on OK, you can see here that DA1 and 51200 MB have been added. So yeah, so now I'll go back to that portal, and here I'm gonna go here, and first I'll go in storage, and I'll select this option pool. So here I'm gonna go to add. So first I'll create the pool. So yeah, create pool, and so I'm gonna select this disk, and this is the same disk which I just added. So it's showing me here 50 gig. So I'm gonna add it here, D1, and then I'm gonna click here, and I'll create. So first I will add data. So yeah, I have added the disk here, and so I would need to give the name to this data store. So I'm gonna give the name, let's say data store 1, and then I'm gonna go down and I'll create the disk. I'll create the pool. So yeah, I will confirm it, and then I'll create a pool. So yeah, so I created one pool with the data store, and I use it was a 50 gig, and out of which like 46 gig we can see here. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll create I'll create one LUN. So yeah, so I'll give the name to it as shared storage, or I can give the name LUN01. Let's say, let me take this name, LUN01, and then size of pool, I'm gonna take, so my total disk is of 45 gig. I'm gonna take, let's say 35 gig. So here we go, and then I'm gonna click on save. So this is my LUN which have been created here. So now I would need to represent it to the ESXi servers as a shared storage. So I'm gonna go here and I'll go to the sharing, and here I'm gonna use this ESXi block shares ESXi. So I'm gonna select here like this, and let's say my disk was of 35 gig. So I'm gonna give the name 35 GB IQN ESXi 35 gig. And so this is the name which I'm giving to it. So I'm gonna click on save, and after that I'm gonna go to the portal. In portal we can see, so this is my IP address, it is enabled. So this is discovery. Basically you would need to enable it as a 0.0.0.0. So after this the ESXi would be able to see this see this or connect to it. So yeah, so I'm gonna save it here. Then I'll go to the initiator. In initiator, let me show you. So I have enabled allow all initiators. So yeah, so it's already there. So then authorized access, I don't need to do anything here. Then I'll go to the target. In target, let me edit it. So I give this name, target name IQN iSCSI 132. 132. I use this as the IP of my server is 153.132. So here I use 132. So yes, so I gave this name, and let's save it. Then let's go to extent. So I'm gonna add it here. My extent name is would be shared or LUN01, and device I'm using this 35 GB, and then I'm gonna go and I'll leave all the option as it is. Enable TPC, enable SSD. So I'm gonna save it, and after that I'm gonna go to associated targets. I'll click on add, and then target would be IQN iSCSI 132. LUN ID it will, so extent, I will select LUN01, which is my disk of 35 gig. So yeah, I saved it. It gave LUN ID 0 to this one. So yeah, so after this, once I have shared it, after that I will go to my ESXi server. So my ESXi IP is 192.168, 153, and then 129. So I'm gonna go and log into it with the root ID. So here you can see that there is only one data store which is present here, and this is a local data store. So it's not the shared one. So now we gonna add the storage here, the shared storage one. So I'm gonna click on storage, and then I'll click on new data store and create a new Vmfs data store, and then I'll click on next, and then select device LUN01, and then I'm gonna go device. Okay, so before that, I would need to go and I would need to rescan my data store first. Yep. So I have rescanned my data store. I'm in my storage. So now let me go back and go to new data store. So I've clicked on that, and now create new VMFS data store. So I'm gonna click on next. So now I can see this disk, which is 35 gig, which I just made. So I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna type here LUN01. I'll give this name to my device, and then I'm gonna click here. So it is asking to format. So I'm going to format it in Vmfs 6, and so yeah, so after that it would be, so I'm going to go and click on next. LUN 01 Vmfs version 6, in partition I'm using full disk, and this is this. Okay, so now I'm going to click on finish, and the entire container disks are about to erase and replace with the security configuration. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. So yes, so it has been added to my storage. If I go here in data store, I can see that LUN 01 is available now, which is of 35 gig here. So same thing, I'm gonna go with my data store, my ESXi2. So let me log into my ESXi2, and so here you can see only one data store. So I would go here and I will re-scan my storage. So yeah, I'm gonna re-scan it, and then I'll go to my host and back, and we'll see. So now you can see like once I re-scan it, my shared storage got added here automatically. So I can see LUN 01 here also, which is present to ESXi2 as well. So here, so how, so this is how we can create the disk, and I mean create the LUN, and then we can present those LUN to ESXi servers. So yeah, so thank you all for watching my channel, for watching this video. Thanks.